Okay, we're continuing on with our simultaneous equation notes, and we are now looking at example 5E and F. So, just a slight extra hurdle here is that if you look at our two starting equations, they're not yet in the correct order to start to do the manipulation, to start to multiply them and get them to match up, etc. So really the only one extra step in these ones, which is just to make sure the x's are under the x's, the y's are under the y's, and the numbers are under the numbers, and then you can start the same process as before. Okay, so we're gonna rewrite this second one so that it matches up. So I'm going to do 8x plus 3y equals 2. That's going to be equation 1. And in order to rearrange this, I'm going to have to add 2y. So it's going to be 5x add 2y equals 1. And that's equation 2. And now really these are the exact same as examples C and D. So what are we going to match up? Are we going to match up the y's, or are we going to match up the x's? Now I know just through lowest common multiples that the lowest number that 5 and 8 both go into is 40. So I'd have to multiply this one by 5, that one by 8, and the numbers, you know, potentially going to get big. It's probably easier to keep our numbers a bit smaller and get the y's to match up to 6y. So I can do that by multiplying equation 1 by 2 and multiplying equation 2 by 3. So 8x times 2 is 16x, 3y times 2 is 6y, 2 times 2 is 4. That's equation 3. Now equation 2 times everything by 3, so 15x plus 6y equals 3. That's equation 4. Now the variable we want to eliminate is our y's. They are the same sign, and if they're the same sign we have to subtract. So bigger one take away the smaller one, so it's going to be 3 take away 4, and that's going to eliminate our y's. So that leaves me with 16x take away 15x is just actually 1x, 4 take away 3 is 1, so there's no more working to do there. Now we just have to substitute x equals 1 into our easiest one, which is probably I don't know, your choice. Let's go for equation 2. Either of the 4 equations will work, by the way. It doesn't matter which one you substitute in. As long as you substitute in properly and do the multiplication, any of them will work. So we've chosen equation 2, which is 5x plus 2y equals 1. So that's 5 times 1 plus 2 times y equals 1. So that's 5 plus 2y equals 1. So I need to now take away 5, so that's 2y equals minus 4. If I divide by 2, y is going to be minus 2. So x equals 1 and y equals minus 2. That's my solution. Okay, so only difference really was at this very start is I had to rearrange to get the variables all underneath, above and below each other. And we have to do the same thing in example F. So very small bit of rearranging to do here. The first one, we've got our number on the left hand side. All we have to do is just move that number over. So it's going to be 4x plus 3y, and I'm have to subtract 8 from both sides. So that's a minus 8 over there. That's going to be equation 1. And I've got 3x minus 5y equals 23. And that's going to be equation 2. Again, you decide, are you going to match up the x's or you're going to match up the y's. Now, 4 and 3, they both go into 12. So I know that if I multiply 4 by 3 and 3 by 4, they will both get to 12x. So that's the choice I'm going to do. You might choose to make these both into plus 15y and minus 15y and eliminate them that way. It's really up to you. But probably the easiest, I think, in this case is to do 1 times by 3 and 2 times by 4. So 1 times by 3, that's going to be 12x, and that's going to be plus 9y equals negative 24 for equation 3. And equation 2 times 4 is going to be 12x minus 20y equals 23 times 4, 20 times 4 is 80, 3 times 4 is 12, add them together, 80 plus 12, 92 for equation 4. Okay, so now I've got my x's in kind of waiting to be eliminated. They're the same sign, therefore I need to subtract. So I'm going to do 3 subtract 4. 12x take away 12x, eliminated. 9y take away minus 20. There's a wee double negative. 9 minus 20 is 9 plus 20. So that's going to be 29. Y. Minus 24, add on 92. Now we had one of these in the last video. That is the same as subtract, minus 24, subtract 92. My apologies. So start with minus 24, subtract another 92. So that's 92 further into the negative. So that is going to be minus 116. Now, that looks slightly horrible. It's actually not. 116 is in the 29 times table. We just have to maybe add up in 29 to see how many times. It will always, if we've done it right, it will always go into a nice whole number. So 29 times 2, so 29 plus 29. That's going to be 58. That's times by twice. If you add another 29 to 58, that's going to be 87. If you add another 29 to 87, it's 107 plus 9, that's going to give you 116. So 29 times 4 would give you 116. So if it's a negative 116, then if we divide by 29, it's going to be minus 4. That one is a bit of a difficult bit of numeracy work, but it is doable just by, if you're unsure, just keep adding these numbers and it should get you to this one over there. So y equals minus 4, that's the first variable found. So we now need to sub y equals minus 4 into either of our equations. So 1, 2, 3 or 4, whichever one you want. Let's go for equation 2. 3x minus 5y equals 23. Sorry, trying to scroll down a wee bit. So that's going to be 3x minus 5 times minus 4 equals 23. So that's 3x plus 20 equals 23, which is going to become real simple in a second. Take away 20, 3x equals 3, so x equals 1. So my solution in alphabetical order, x equals 1, y equals minus 4.